my client kept the legal rights, kept the copyrights to all of the images. And some of those images sell very well in the gift shop. My favorite project ever was actually a copyright project. I had a client that was a patent client of mine, and he and his business partner had all sorts of innovations. They were really creative. But one of the guys was a world famous artist, and he painted in the style of the old masters. And the Northridge earthquake in 1994 destroyed a lot of buildings in Los Angeles, including the cathedral, the St. Vibiana's Cathedral. Archdiocese of Los Angeles has more masses in more different languages than any other archdiocese anywhere in the world. It's a huge archdiocese, and they have great people and wonderful things, but all of a sudden their facility was damaged beyond repair. But they built a brand new, gorgeous cathedral. And where else? On Temple Street. Gotta love that. And they built this beautiful building with thin alabaster walls. So there's no windows. The light comes in diffuse, streaming through these alabaster walls. When you got sound in there, and they got this gorgeous organ, bing, 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 sound is bouncing off and you can't hear anything. So they realized they had to line the walls with something that would deaden the sound. I got an idea. Why don't we make some really cool tapestries? So the Communion of Saints was born, 125 different saints. And my client was the one who created them. And he and his business partner figured out how to get these tapestries woven. They were actually woven at looms in Bruges, Belgium, where they're famous for making amazing tapestries for the last few hundred years, or maybe more than a few hundred years. But the technology was brand new. So if you ever go to the cathedral, there's some gorgeous doors. The doors are not protected, and the fountains by Lita Albuquerque are not protected. But all of these tapestries, we got copyrights on them. Now, it was interesting because there was a budget for the entire project, and legal was about 2% of the budget. And we were at about 98 to 99% of our legal budget before the project really got underway. And the head, the guy, Brother Hilarion O'Connor, who was the head engineer, the head architect, dealing with the architects and the engineers and the builders, and he was the contractor for the archdiocese, was all upset at us, being like, "Why, you've spent all your budget?" Yeah, because we have to do this early on. So my client kept the legal rights, kept the copyrights to all of the images. And some of those images sell very well in the gift shop. And every time they want to sell those images, my client is the copyright owner. Now, I think he's given a little bit of a deal because, of course, it's the archdiocese. Why not if you're a good Catholic? But the fact is he's kept those rights, which will last for 100 years when others did not get to keep their rights.